Actually, this panel is comprised of 5 panelists. Just recently arrived Mr. Secretary Alberto Baco, Secretary of the Department of Economic Development and Commerce of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Alberto Baco is an attorney, CPA, and entrepreneur with over 40 years of experience. He graduated magna cum laude with a bachelor's degree in business administration from the University of Puerto Rico in 1979 and Juris Doctor in 1984. He obtained his CPA's license in 1981 and became an attorney in 1985, scoring the top 1% in both bar exams. He began his career in 1979, holding several positions with law firms, international accounting firms, and government agencies. In 1989, he was appointed Executive Vice President of the Government Development Bank of Puerto Rico, where he stayed for a year, before assuming the role of President of the Economic Development Bank between 1990 and 1993. After resuming public service, he established his own independent practice, providing advisory services in the areas of mergers and acquisitions, capital raising, restructuring, and government affairs. From 1998 to 2011, he worked as a President and Chief Executive Officer of Marvel International and Boyer International, a diversified food manufacturer, marketer, and distributor of branded products. During his career, Baco has been an active supporter in the development of the venture capital industry in Puerto Rico and was co-investor of various projects. He serves or has served on the board of directors of several companies, including W Holding and Western Bank, Economic Development Bank, and PRASC Holding Corp. Amongst many others, he's also a member of the board and chairman of the Young Presidents Organization, chapter of Puerto Rico. Recently, Baco had a calling to return to public service and use his knowledge and experience to promote the economic development of Puerto Rico. Following his calling, he accepted to be part of the economic team of Governor Alejandro Garcia Padilla as Secretary of the Department of Economic Development and Commerce. Alberto Baco is a son of working parents and has been married for 26 years and is a father of 3 children. Welcome, Mr. Secretary.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be talking aeronautics in Puerto Rico in 2015. A lot to come. I believe some of you are visiting us for the first time. It is wonderful to have you here. Welcome. I hope you can take the time to tour around our beautiful island. Puerto Rico is really a great place to live and, of course, to do business. The best of 2 worlds. And we are the best of 2 worlds in many ways. We have been described by many as the most southern point of the United States and the most northern point of South America. We have bridged cultural barriers between Latin America and the United States, turning geography into a strategic asset. Puerto Rico is not only located at the center of the Americas, it is also one of the center spots of the world. I am honored to serve Puerto Rico at a moment of critical importance. At a time when integration and globalization are fundamental to sustain growth, we are seeking new ways to strengthen important clusters that project outstanding growth. Puerto Rico has embarked on an ambitious journey to become an aerospace, engineering, MRO service, and defense business powerhouse. Recent moves and accomplishments by industry leaders have proven that we are on the right track. The announcements of our government's decision to renegotiate its public debt marks a pivotal moment and points to a new direction for the coming years. Clearly, we must define a new path to meet present and future obligations. In this regard, we are neither the first or the last government to face similar circumstances. Our current financial situation was caused by decades of prioritizing on short-term expedient decisions over long-term plans. But a problem of decades in the making will not disappear overnight. But we have learned a lot in the process. We have taken firm steps to solve our current situation by reforming our pension system, implementing spending restraints measures, and presenting the most austere budget to ensure liquidity of the government. Also, we are addressing energy, one of our most challenging hurdles in economic development, with a complete restructuring process that will incorporate additional sources of energy production and will translate into savings and a more reliable system for our people. The fact that we are seeing progress at the negotiating table is a clear sign of our commitment to the reform to be more effective. And the reform, I hope that next week will be filed and for approval of our legislature. It's a comprehensive reform where one never thought that we will be able to accomplish. With the right legislation and leadership, we partner with the likes of Exxon, Lockheed Martin, Infosys, United Technologies Aerospace Systems, and other well-established companies who decided to break ground in the island so to do business much beyond the short term. They are world leaders in technology and engineering. They did it because they are convinced that Puerto Rico represents a sound investment. While the fiscal matter might take some time to restructure and completely recuperate, economic development has continued at a steady growth, and it has moved us closer to a second grand economic transformation. In Puerto Rico now it's clear that the fiscal side is totally different from the economic development side. Unemployment rate has gone down to 11.4%, the lowest for this time of year since 2008. Retail sales have had a steady increase over the past years and will reach a projected $39.5 billion by the end of the year. And we are finally closing the gap between revenue and expenditure. Employment in the private sector has risen due in part as a direct result of the rapid development of the aerospace cluster. Let me give you a quick overview in numbers of the aerospace cluster. This industry represents today 3,000 direct jobs with an estimated projection to double up to 6,000 by the end of next year. By December of 2015, an estimated $121 million will be invested in Puerto Rico by either new companies or existing ones. By 2019, the impact of the aerospace industry on Puerto Rico's GDP is projected to rise up to $611 million. And in 30 years, the benefits derived from Lufthansa Technic's investment alone will favor our GDP by $1,380 million. But wait, there's more. High-impact projects like the development of Roosevelt Roads, a previous U.S. military base, into a city of the future, will impact other leading industries that are crucial to a more diversified economy. Roosevelt Roads is already a place of a lot of experiments, of a lot of attention by projects like Google, like aerospace launching, and a lot of marine related projects. They are a reality. They are no longer something to dream about. We have high hopes for Puerto Rico Science, Technology, and Research Trust. Just recent, 12 projects received a 150,000 grant that will enable them to continue the research and development in areas as diverse as biotech, aerospace, and information technology. One of the projects awarded consists of a hybrid mechanical electronic steerable antenna. And as of today, they have already landed a contract with Lockheed Martin. The Science and Technology Trust is alive and is working. As you know, Lockheed Martin is a global leader in the aerospace, defense, security, and advanced technology sectors. And by the way, the project was designed by a professor of our University of Puerto Rico, Mayagüez campus, that runs one of the top engineering programs in the world. Monish Pabrai, a big investor who was here for the Puerto Rico Investment Summit, have established operations here in Puerto Rico under Act 20. During the investment summit, called our Mayagüez campus the best kept secret. Well, we will make sure it no longer remains a secret. NASA has been quite aware of the educational quality of this institution and has been recruiting here for years, but enough of exporting our talent. By building a strong, robust aerospace and aeronautical ecosystem, we will be able to keep our young professionals and continue contributing their knowledge and expertise to our economy and society. Our competitive set of laws have attracted a diverse group of high-profile companies. Through Act 20, high-tech monster Infosys, a global leader in creating breakthrough solutions that address mobility, sustainability, big data, and cloud computing, have already invested $9.3 million in Puerto Rico and are planning for more. When it comes to Act 73, Honeywell is a great example. This Fortune 100 company produces a variety of commercial and consumer products, engineering services, and aerospace systems, utilizing groundbreaking technology. The recent expansion will create 300 jobs. The 73,000 square foot laboratory will be testing electromagnetic compatibility with products they design for navigation, electromechanical, and cockpit system. So why Puerto Rico? Because we have it all. We have a world-class workforce, top-notch bilingual and bicultural professionals being trained by first-class universities. We have a port that ranks at number 10 in container movement in the United States, an international airport that handles thousands of direct flights to all major cities, including London and other Nordic cities, through Norwegian Air, beginning this Sunday. Madrid through Air Europa, and soon announcement to be made November about Iberia. Mexico, Colombia, among other international destinations, as well as to top US cities. Seabourn, an airline servicing the Caribbean, calls Puerto Rico home. From here, they service 17 regional destinations and handle 2,000 flights per month. Convention centers, a world-class coliseum, fiber optic, and broadband connectivity, and millions of square footage space managed by the government at your service. By 2020, Puerto Rico will become a gigabit island. The goal is set to have 99% of households with access to 10 megabits per second download speeds, and 70% of households with a connection to to 1 gigabit per second download speeds. The Gigabit Island plan sets ambitious island-wide connectivity goals and is the first of its kind among American states and territories, rolling out gigabit broadband initiative. And where else in the United States does no federal income tax apply? Only in Puerto Rico. By virtue of our unique Commonwealth relationship with the United States, Puerto Rico enjoys fiscal autonomy, which means that it can offer very attractive tax incentives not available on mainland USA. Yet, important federal laws apply to Puerto Rico, and companies can enjoy the benefits and protection of operating within a U.S. jurisdiction, with the added tax benefits of operating under a foreign tax structure. Capitalizing on innovation is the key to the game, and we will play hard. And by the way, did I mention we don't have winters? Yes. We live where others vacation. Our vision is to build upon Puerto Rico's historic strengths to achieve a more diversified, knowledge-driven economy that addresses the challenges of globalization and seizes upon emerging opportunities. This is our pledge. This is my pledge. Puerto Rico's economic transformation is well underway. We are at the peak of the momentum, so strong there's no way of stopping it. With technology innovators and forward thinkers like you, Puerto Rico will become the cross-cultural service hub that will unify the world, setting an example of a new economic model to follow. For the first time, we have a complete team in economic development where everyone is in charge of their area, and it has been very successful. All areas are growing, even with the difficult times we have been facing over the last 3 years. We are a team. Antonio Medina here. I'm very proud to work with Antonio Medina. He has put his heart into new sectors, into industries, reversing a trend that was a fast trend on the reduction of employment in these sectors. Tito Colorado is also an advisor. He's very well respected and have joined forces with us, as well as all the other team, Ingrid Rivera, Frankie Chévere. By the way, I'm very happy that he's not leaving for politics. He will keep working as our export development company head. I was recently in Spain participating in a YPO event and was asked by a fellow member, why would someone consider moving to Puerto Rico? I have my finger on the pulse of the Puerto Rico's economy, was my answer. And let me tell you, if we keep playing the cards right, Puerto Rico is destined to become the Hong Kong of the Caribbean. For those with an entrepreneurial thirst, the Wall Street of the Caribbean, for those with a keen business vision, and the Las Vegas of the Caribbean for the free-spirited. Under this premise, it is then that I ask you, why not move to Puerto Rico? And the time is now. Puerto Rico is closer than Singapore and more competitive than Miami. Thank you very much.